morning, everyone. Can you hear me okay? All right. So I was told that not many people would come the day after the Twice Nice sale ended, but there's enough people here. We could do the wave. I think we could get it going. Yeah. So if the energy seems low and you see me running across the stage, that's what's happening, okay? All right. So welcome, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Eureka Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Tiffany. I'll serve as your host this morning. I want to welcome anyone who is joining us on Zoom or anyone who is here either on Zoom or in person for the first time. We're so glad you're here. I want to invite everyone to silence their cell phones since, after all, they are cell phones and they seem to alert us to their presence at the quietest times. So if you could, that would be great. So we want to start today with the acknowledgement of the native lands that we are on. Ooh, there we go. Maybe. Okay, there it is. That's the slide for it. Yeah. The Eureka Center for Spiritual Living acknowledges that the land on which we gather is the ancestral territory of the Wiyot peoples. This territory extends to the communities through most of Humboldt County, and we honor the Wiyot peoples today. So I'm in a great mood this morning, and there's several reasons why. One of them is I'm looking out and I'm seeing a lot of people who adhered to what Reverend Angelica asked for, and that was to wear something that you bought at the Twice Nice sale. So I invite you all to share with each other what it is you got. Let's know. Burl helped me pick out this necklace. I got this shirt under Donna's tutelage. Anyway, I was hard pressed because I was one of the people who, when they said $1 a bag, absolutely lost my mind. It was a little embarrassing. There's some people I was working with that I'm not going to make eye contact with today. I want to commend everybody who volunteered this past week. Could I have everybody who did something stand up or wave vigorously? Yes. That counts too. That counts too. Yeah. So you can see what a group effort, a gathering-wide effort this was, and how many hours that people spent loading and unloading furniture and pricing items and being here and helping people. And anyway.
I think we should give a special hand to Brian.
Yes.
It takes a village to make all this work, and I really appreciate all the help everybody put into it, you know, and otherwise it wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, I think we can all agree that we twice niced it so hard, we really thrice niced it. We went for it, and especially Brian. I mean, every time my husband showed up late, you were already here. So anyway, other great news, we have eggs today. Thank you, Grace. Gail, who is in, just embodies grace. So thank you, Gail, for bringing eggs again. She wants to remind everybody to please bring cartons or some kind of box to take them home in. I want to remind everybody, even if you're very talented in this area, please don't juggle them in the church. It will amuse your friends, but it makes a heck of a mess. Okay, thank you. So we're going to start today with a song, I'm Steppin' Out.
I got to tell you, we had a plethora of unicorn stuff this year, and this little guy was left just laying around. I went, oh no. I saved her. stepping out into a world of possibility. I'm stepping out into a whole new way to live. So much waiting for me. The path is clear before me. I've got so much that I have yet to give. I'm stepping out and to integrity. I'm stepping out, releasing every fear and doubt. The road just keeps on turning. At every turn I'm learning what this life is all about. I'm stepping out. I'm stepping out. I'm stepping out.
Thank you, Donna. All right, so here's our opening affirmation. And so today I'd like you to turn to somebody and say, I'm so pleased you're here. So let's read this part together. We are a welcoming community where the vibration of love lifts us, the wisdom of the ages inspires us, and the science of mind teaching empowers us. I'm so pleased. So I don't know if you've noticed, but every so often the video feed is pausing. So if my face is really bad, feel free to laugh. Did you know how there's some people that never get caught? But some people get caught like that all the time? That's me. So here is our weekly schedule for this week. Look what we're not doing. We're not pricing. We're not setting up tables. We're not sorting. Yeah, we're not rehanging clothes. We're not doing any of that jazz. We are doing this. So anyway, we have a lot going on this week. I hope that you will look and see what fits into your schedule and join us. One of the things that I wanted to highlight this week is that the men's group is back this Saturday afternoon. Yay! After taking a week or a time off to, oh, you did it? Okay, good. Yeah, strike that. They were here. So at this point, I have already prattled on about the Twice Nice sale, but I'm sure there's something else you want to say. Do you want to say anything? We made $1 million. How was that?
I'm not exact, Catherine's not here yet. Okay. Or maybe she won't be. I don't know. I think she told me 10,000 so far. But I will say something about it. I am so impressed with everybody. I mean, everybody does such good work and you know, really takes authority over their area if they have an area, and you know, does the work gets done and done well. And I spoke, well, I'm going to say this in my talk, you'll hear some more later. But I did hear lots of people say, I've been coming to this for years and I just wait for it every time. You know, and so we're well-known, and people are happy to come in and see what we got. And it's good, and I really appreciate Donna and Brian for all the work they did. I appreciate everyone for all the work that you did.
Rose, you?
Yeah. Yep. Is Rose here yet? No? Yeah.
And Mark, right, he was here every day.
And who?
Is it Mark?
Yeah, Mark did really well. Yes, Scott.
For those of us who were cleaning up at the end, got to see this, but other people didn't. While we were putting stuff down in the basement, two young men, 14, 15 years old, their names were Junior and Orion, saw a bunch. They decided to come down and help us. They said, "Can we help?" We said, "Sure." So they're lugging tables, you know, they're young guys, pick it up and go with it. I said, "Where'd you hear about this?" And they said, "We were riding our bikes and we saw a bunch of old ladies upstairs struggling moving stuff." So they decided to help, and they helped upstairs, they helped downstairs.
This old lady
I-
went up to the basement to help you guys.
Yeah. But the bottom line was finished, they were all done. Brian offered them some money, and they said, "We don't want any money, we just wanted to help." Brian insisted and gave them a tip. But it was just the most heartwarming thing. Their parents raised these boys right.
Very good. What a great story. I love it. I love it. Great.
Yeah, so for those of you who are on Zoom and didn't hear that, I'll be with you in just a sec. Didn't hear that. Scott said there were two young men in their teens that just volunteered to help and lifted a lot of things and helped us clean up at the end. So anyway, and he commented that their parents raised them right, which is so true, so true. Burl, you had something?
I said we should thank Maren for 3 pizzas yesterday.
Who, Marin? Yeah, Marin, thanks so much. Marin brought 3 pizzas yesterday. Yeah. Donna.
Just quickly, I want to make you aware I'm going to be smudging the building, if it's okay with Angelica, which we typically do right after cleanup, but we were out of here after cleanup. So I'm going to smudge this afternoon as soon as service is over. So if sage, white sage, is a problem for your respiratory system, I invite you to exit this room early, because I'm going to do this one first. There was so much energy in here. So thank you for that. And if you want to bless this room and cleanse it with me, you're welcome to follow around and wave your hand and say a prayer. Thanks.
Thank you, Donna. That's really cool. I appreciate that. So the next really cool thing that's coming up is our very own Karen Blakely is coming back. Karen's going to be here the July 4th weekend, and she's going to be giving the talk on the 6th. And then after she speaks, we're going to have a barbecue and a picnic. Please, everyone, I'm sorry, a potluck, not picnic, potluck. So please, everyone, bring a dish to share. Are you still looking for people to run the grill? Yes, Angelica is still looking for a few people who are not afraid of fire to run the grill, because that's always such a lovely part of this event. Also, she's encouraging people to wear red, white, and blue, which are powerful colors that most people look really great in. So whether you're patriotic or not, maybe there's one of those that appeal to you. I was like, I have a red shirt. Okay, I'll do it. So also we have our practitioners here today. There's quite a few who have come out today despite all the work this past week. So if you'd like to talk to someone after the service, Michele is here, Edward is here, I see Scott, Angelica as well. Am I missing anybody? Okay. All right. Also, the Centers for Spiritual Living all over the world are having their retreat in early, or convention in early August, and it is in Canada this year. And our little pantry always needs to be fed. So next time you're at Winco or Costco or wherever you do your, whatever co you go to do your shopping, think about picking up a few extra things for our little pantry. Pop-top lids are especially great. All right, and our theme for this month is Traveling Light. I'm so in love with this graphic that Scott put together. And so this morning, I finally got on board with ChatGPT. You know, us people in our early 50s, we're not ready for this. think I said that thinking I wasn't going to get that kind of response. So I looked up what the swallows, which are the bird in this, what they represent. And it says they symbolize good luck and hope across many cultures, as well as new beginnings, optimism, freedom, grace, and beauty. So good pick, Scott. So, all right, we're going to sing again.
Thank you. Into my heart, into my heart, come into my heart, sweet spirit, come in today, come in to stay, come in to my heart, sweet spirit. Into my heart, into my heart, come into my heart, sweet spirit, come in today, come in to stay, come into my heart, sweet spirit.
And now it's time for our moment of peace with Michele and Jackson. All right, I know lots has been said about the Twice Nice sale, but it's such a big deal for a couple of weeks this year. Well, more than that, but especially concentrated, and it's just so fun. It's such a good spiritual community event because we all come together to work towards common good. And then it's just a great community event, too. We see all these people we see every year. And like Reverend Angelica was saying, they come every year to find good things. And everyone seems pretty psyched about their deals. And it's just fun. So anyway, I think unless it got changed, your talk is on joy this morning. And so we all need plenty of joy in our lives. So I have a couple of quick readings from the Science of Mind magazine. One is actually from Tolkien and The Hobbit, and the other one was from the reading, one of the readings this month. And then Jackson will play music and lead us into this sacred part of the service. So just relax and settle into your chair. So Tolkien in The Hobbit said, "I have found that it is the small, everyday deeds of ordinary folks that keep the darkness at bay, small acts of kindness and love. All of these loving actions ripple out into the world. They don't require us to be rich. They don't require us to be influencers on social media. They don't require us to be famous. What they require is that we have enough kindness, compassion, and love in our hearts that we are able to willingly share it with others."
face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
We are the face of God, each and every one of us, all beings on this planet, connected as one through spirit. And today, as we come together, I know that we are especially connected on Zoom and in this room to the wonderful message that we will hear, and to be able to take that joy and that love and that communion of being together back out with us into the world where it is so needed. And I know that this morning that this message and this whole service comes together in its right and perfect way. And so it is.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
Now I invite to the podium Reverend Angelica.
Well, good morning, everyone. So bright. Yeah, really. So my talk is entitled Joy is the Journey. And damn if a certain person didn't have to go and ruin it last night. I feel like this is something that I need to mention before I jump into my talk. And what I know is that regardless of who bombed who, etc., that there is within us the power to change where current events are going. And so I'm going to ask you for a moment, to hold a moment of silence, knowing this idea called peace is not only for us, but for our world. And then we will get into the talk. But I'm also going to ask you to do that every day. Every single day, I want you to spend at least 3 minutes, let's say, really focusing on the idea of living in peace. You know, it's easy to do that living here in Eureka. I mean, I look out my back window, my bedroom window, and, you know, there's the redwoods. And, you know, one morning I open the curtains and there's 2 deer in my yard happily playing, and after they ate my rose bushes. But, you know, I mean, we live in the midst of all this beautiful nature, you know, the ocean and everything. We don't have huge traffic things. Somebody once told me Christmas was a bad traffic time, and I thought, you've never lived in Los Angeles. But let's just be still for a moment. And let's know that regardless of the actions of certain individuals, that the truth is we are moving toward peace. We are in peace right now. Our country is, our world is. We let go of any fears that we might have about what could happen. And we declare and know peace, peace, peace. So know that with me for a moment of silence. Take a breath. Let's move into joy now. Joy is the journey is the name of my talk. So, for the past 2 weeks, our center was alive with people arriving with donations, with pricing, with sorting, looking through these mystery boxes to see what came through. We made displays, we did all this stuff, and we found ourselves yesterday in particular, or Friday and yesterday, I found myself saying, I do not need another book. I have enough dishes, but these are so pretty. And my favorite one is, oh my goodness. I've always wanted one of these. I don't know if I'll use it, but I gotta get it. And so if you've ever helped with a yard sale, you know what I mean. So what stuck with me was how much joy I found in the process of letting go, not just the results, but the process of it. And as each person delivered their stuff over the past few weeks, I thought, yes, there's another load off of somebody. I noticed that I had been, this was a few years ago, I had been carrying China around with me from Canada to Baltimore, actually from Hawaii to Canada to Baltimore. And finally, when I was moving here, I thought, I have never used this. Why should I keep carrying it along? And so I left it with a store that sold things for you, right? And boy, was I happy to get a check for that. I had no idea how good it was. It was a $900 check they sent me. I thought, whoo, that's neat. But that gave me a lot of joy, obviously. So, and what I realized in yesterday's activities and Fridays and in the weeks in preparation, that joy isn't something we arrive at. It's something we bring with us. So joy is not the destination, joy is the journey. Now, one of the things I thought about in this idea of joy is that the world teaches us that joy comes after, right? We live in a culture that tells us joy is something we need to earn. You have to do something and able to have joy. I mean, it comes after the work, after the goal is reached, after things are fixed, or perhaps after we know how much money we made. But our teaching invites us to a deeper truth. Joy is not the effect of circumstances, it's the expression of spirit within us. It's not about being perfect. For instance, I know that all of us, especially those of you who stayed to clean up, left here really tired after this event. I got angry for a bit. And so what I realized was that joy is really about being present in the moment, regardless of what's happening. It's not the effect of circumstances. It's about being present with those circumstances. Being present. It makes me think about something that I read, Ernest Holmes. I read this phrase, and I have to paraphrase it because I tried to look it up even with ChatGPT and couldn't find it anywhere. It says, I named my ChatGPT Sage. Actually, it named itself Sage because I asked it what its name was. It said, it sounds a lot like something Ernest Holmes, but I can't find it in any of the books. But here it is. This is what I remember it. Let us learn to see God as God must, with perfect vision. Let us seek the good and the true and believe that they are wherever we find ourselves. Let us seek the good and the true and believe that they are wherever we may find ourselves. So that's the practice for our lives, is to see with the eyes of spirit. Let spirit see through us, even when we're surrounded by boxes and dust and 100 unmatched coffee cups. Did any of those sell, by the way? So what I'm knowing is that for me and for all of us is we need to choose joy in the work. Choose joy in it, not just after it because of the results, but choose it in the beginning. And so here's something I found interesting. I was looking through the books, and like I said, I do not need another book, even though, ooh, look at, I was really entranced by some of them. And I saw people picking up dishes saying that these are so pretty. I don't really need these, but these are so pretty. And that phrase I said earlier, I've always wanted one of these, and I'm not sure I'll use it, but I'm getting it. When I heard that one made me laugh because it made me think about how often do we do these three things that I just mentioned in our inner life. We hold on to things that we no longer need, right? And these things are outdated beliefs, old fears, the need to be right, the habit of saying yes when Spirit wants us to say no. And even though we're getting the no, no, no from inside, I don't know how many times I've said yes and then watched something strange happen because I went in a different direction than Spirit wanted. So I thought, well, what if this week we decided to have a spiritual yard sale for ourselves? Releasing what no longer serves us. Wouldn't that be fun? I think I'm going to play with the idea. So these are some of the ideas that I thought of. We need to let go of the control of everything. We need to let go of the idea that we have to earn our worth. And we need to let go of the inner critic that says joy must wait its turn. So when we allow ourselves to have this spiritual yard sale, so to speak, we're making space. We're making space for more clarity. We're making space for more joy. And here's something that happened, two things that happened this weekend that I thought were interesting. Several times somebody would come up to where we were taking the money, and I would look at that and go, where did you find that? Like, somebody bought this beautiful metal arbor kind of thing outside, and I guess it was leaned up against the hedge the whole 2 days, but I never saw it. But it was something I wanted. And I had to accept money for it, right? Somebody else got it. So I had that happen as we're going through. I went up and down the aisles in that room over 100 times the last 2 weeks, I'm sure. And yet people would bring stuff in. Where did you find that? Where did you find that? And they'd point it out, and I'd think, oh my God. So what I thought was this was sort of a mystery, and yet it was a beautiful moment for me, a reminder that Spirit reveals to us when we're ready to see it. So obviously I wasn't ready to see that arbor thing. Darn it. Well, I'll tell you why I want it. I might have mentioned a couple Sundays ago that, well, I even said it today, that there's 2 deer who love my yard, and particularly the rose bushes. And my rose bushes are in the front yard, and it would be, that kind of a thing would have been a way to prevent them from going into the front yard. They could be in the backyard, because there's a gully behind there that they jump over the fence onto this stump and down into the yard, and anyway, but they wouldn't be able to get to the roses. That's why I wanted it. So sometimes, joy is, I think not sometimes, all the time, joy is around us, we just don't notice it. And so I had this, that idea of the table that I'm passing and, the items that I'm not seeing, they're there. But I just don't notice them. There was another thing that happened. That was a conversation I had with a lady. I was outside at that money table, and this lady comes walking up, and she's got Izzy on a leash. Izzy is Rose's dog. It wasn't Izzy. It was a boy dog named Willie. But I'm looking at this dog thinking, oh my God, that's Izzy. And so I said to her, oh, you got to go to the money table in that room there, because you'll meet Willie's twin. And later on, I went to Rose and I asked her if she had met Willie, and she said yes, and the 2 dogs got along really well. They were the same age. And here's a kicker. The owner that I was speaking to, her name is Rose. 2 roses with the same kind of dog. Now, the universe has the greatest sense of humor. It's just amazing to me. So these kind of joyful mysteries are happening all the time in our life if we allow ourselves to focus on them and look for them. Notice them. They're probably happening and we don't notice them. That's what I believe, it intensifies the energy of it if I notice it, but it's happening anyway. So this is what I know, is that we have to allow ourselves to be really present and open. And as we do, Spirit will continually surprise us. And I love the idea of these joyful surprises from the universe. What I realized is that we don't have to chase it. We don't have to chase joy. We just have to stop and allow it to happen. Believe that will happen. So I'm going to ask you this week to pay a little bit more attention. Maybe walk a little slower, notice a little more kindness and compassion and things around you. And don't ask, what am I missing? But what is Spirit ready to show me now? I think that if we start using that instead of what am I missing here, then we will connect more deeply with something that already is within us, that is constantly encouraging us to see a different reality than we've been taught to see. So that whole idea of joy as a spiritual practice really, it's like, it makes me happy to think of that. Joy as a spiritual practice, joy in a journey. And we've been on this journey this year. And this month has been traveling light. And when you're moving with joy, everything feels lighter. It doesn't feel so heavy. So don't, even in that prayer that I asked you to do every day for our country, etc., I think that peace can be a joyful thing. And so let's focus on peace as a joyful experience, not only for ourselves, but for everyone. And so let's go into prayer. This is what I know. All there is spirit. And spirit is absolutely whatever we choose for it to be. So I declare for each one of us in the first person, to make it easier for you to embody it, I choose peace. And I choose a joyful sense of peace. A joyful recognition that spirit is absolutely in everything, everywhere. A peaceful recognition that the world really is full of compassion and love and kindness and all the things that we desire. And I let go right now of any fears I have of what might happen. I let go. And I choose to be part of this spiritual vanguard that is moving forward, declaring absolute peace in our world. I choose to allow myself to let joy be part of my journey, my spiritual journey, my lifetime here. And so I see myself smiling more broadly. I see my shoulders lightened. I feel that depth of joy that comes from knowing spirit and I are one. Spirit is absolutely everything that there is. And so when I see the flowers, when I see nature all around us, when I see the ocean, when I feel the sun, when I see my neighbors, my family, all the brothers and sisters I have in the human race that I don't even know I have, I allow myself to feel joy because I know, regardless of appearances, something amazing is happening. And I keep declaring that, and I keep knowing that, and I refuse to sink into fear because I know the truth is, it is done unto me as I believe. So I allow myself to feel joy, to feel love, to feel compassion, and to be excited about life itself. So with a grateful heart, I release these words into law, knowing that they are so, and so it is. And again, I thank everybody who had a part to play in our wonderful Twice Nice sale. And by the way, Donna and I decided yesterday, or maybe it was Friday, that we're now the elders. And so the elders are the ones that are going to be the trainers next year. Thank you very much. Oh, our music this morning is with Edward. Woohoo!
Better known as what's his name? Yeah, I was actually trying to decide what I was, while you're setting that up, I was actually trying to decide what I was going to do today, and I had a couple of requests from a couple of people here, including Anna, so I was vacillating between doing a song that required a flute solo or one that required a clarinet solo, but my wife walked up to me and she said, "You better do something that you wrote." And I learned the two words that keep marriages successful, and all guys know them. Yes, dear. So anyway, this is a song that I wrote back in my Mormon days. which was back in the 90s somewhere. I spent like 3 years in different religions, just to learn them from the inside out. And surprisingly, it works with Reverend Angelica's talk today and what's going on in the world. I believe that people are inherently good souls. And I had a dream once, and I dreamt that everyone was sparkling like diamonds. And they had like all these bright colors and everything, like in all the facets of the diamond. And I know that even bad people tend to have to dehumanize people before they do anything bad. So I think at the core of our being, we're good people. So this song is called Diamonds in Our Soul. And I can't sing, even though my wife wants me to really desperately. Right? She's shaking her head now. But I'm going to, I guess, kind of narrate it. And I think the music, the way I have it arranged, you'll hear the melody. So. That's assuming I don't drop everything like I'm doing. Okay, take some more from the nope, that's not it. That's it. I hope everybody can kind of hear that. Diamonds in our souls, brighter than the sun, casting off the dark, one with the universe. Holy beacons light, drawing others near, helping guide their way, speaking so all can hear. Hitch a ride within the Holy Spirit. Love will light the way. Shout out loud so that the deaf can hear it. Lift our minds in praise to our God. Diamonds in our souls, currency of life. Teachings for our mind, positive thoughts we'll say, precious beacon lights, knowing that one day, blind ones all will see what they can truly be. Happiness is all our hearts desire, viewing all as one. Purest love is what our God inspires. Fear and hate is over and done. Diamonds in our souls, pearls adorn their sides. Wisdom ages old. Rainbows are pathways light. Precious is the word. Teachers bring our world. Recipes for good. If we all just take a bite. Life's a school. Oh. Life's a school for us to grow in spirit, reminding who we are. Miracles are everywhere around us. Free our minds, and we'll free our hearts. Diamonds in our souls. Workers of the light, gifts are we from God, bringing new days tonight. Weavers of a dream, glories we'll conceive. peace through chaos reigns, if we can just believe. Thank you. I don't know if you can see it, there's a picture.
Thank you so much, Edward. All right, so now we are going to do the sharing of our gifts. If you'll join me. I gratefully give from the fullness of my abundance, knowing my gift blesses this center, all in it and beyond. And so it is. I gratefully accept these gifts on behalf of the center, knowing that these gifts go forth and prosper and make our community, our center, our world a better place. And so it is.
And so it is.
Thank you, ladies. So is there someone who would like to come up and read our statement of inclusion today? Yay!
Gotta get her glasses.
Story of my life.
We, the Eureka Center for Spiritual Living, are a community that celebrates diversity, fosters inclusion, and champions inner work, and creates space for brave, vulnerable conversations. We are a community that honors the unique emanation of God that each person embodies and advocates with people for human rights and dignity for all. We are a community that blesses each other, sees sacredness in all life, remain learners and listeners so we may grow together, and understand that oneness is not sameness. Together, please. We know our beloved community is revealed more fully when we love each other well.
Thank you. Now, sometimes we take a few minutes at the end of our service to share with each other demonstrations of how these spiritual principles that we talk about and learn about are coming true in our lives. And so I believe Lorna has one she'd like to share with us today.
You bet I do. This is a demonstration that all of you created. Just think about it. What we did with this sale not only was to benefit us, but so many of the people that I heard buying things and at the end taking a few things. There was a lot of joy, a lot of happiness, a lot of curiosity. And then there's one person that we missed acknowledging, and boy, does she deserve it. And that's Anna, who did all of the, not all, but a lot of the reception and organizing downstairs well in advance of this event.
Thank you, Lorna. Is there anyone else who would like to share one? Uh-oh, here we go. Here's the rebuttal from Anna.
Lately, I've been listening to Access Radio, comes out of the College of the Redwoods. It's the same as Channel 10, the 3 stations on your TV, community, real local community. So I don't know if it was Tuesday, but there's a show at 10 a.m. and the woman has 2 master's degrees and working on a 3rd one on neuroscience, particularly synaptic connections and interactions. So she's the host. And she brings on guests, special guests that she's interested in. You can imagine the quality of the information. So this woman does the sound bells and the bowls that she's interviewing. And she is now using NASA science on the frequencies of planetary and universal influences and the tones that are resonating on our Earth and tunes to that. And that just snapped me back to, okay, I mean, it's the 60s and I feel it and I know it. And it gave me so much more energy and conviction about what we believe and what we're doing here. So I just wanted to share that with you and check out 96.7 on your FM dial for really great local alternatives.
Thank you so much, Anna. That was great. All right, shall we close with the peace song?
And while we join in hands circle across the room, I would like to especially thank Team Textile. Yay! Those are your friends and neighbors that transformed this room into, J.C. Penney's. Monkey Wards. One other thing I'd like to share going on in our community right now is the home heritage tours all day today, and it's garden tours of some of our more historic Victorians in that. And afterward, at 5:30, there's an after party at the Annie B. Ryan House, at which I am singing. So stop in, have a refreshment. It's at 1000 F Street. 1000 F Street, and it's between E and F, so it's that whole big meadow, and it's a beautiful property. So come by 5:30 to 7. And now the peace song. Nice circle. Ready, guys? Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as the power, loved and so are we. Yes, we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every breath I take, yes, this is my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me.